I muted my TV, right? Yeah, TV's
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to mute Ed's stream as well. He's so loud when he gets a kill.
Oh, that's because he's fucking
have you been hearing him? I mean, he has every right to be. He's really good at the game, so...
No, he's not. He's a piece of shit. Fucking sucks.
Wow. Okay.
I could run circles around this dude.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have to test that out sometime.
Nah.
Ernie's going to be part of the Blackout group up. It's going to be great. I still would like to run that, by the way.
I'm surprised we haven't yet.
Well, here's the thing. I want to do it with Ed, so we look like we're really good at the game, but Ed doesn't have a capture card, so we can't do it yet.
Son of a bitch.
But I think
I'm
he's
just going to
one.
fucking buy a new one and give him mine. Like, I'll do the same shit that I did with Christmas. You.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do. I still have it, by the way, your old capture card.
Dude, that thing is a fucking monster.
It's a champ. It's what, 5 years old?
It's... God. When the hell did I give that to you? That was...
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I still have it.
Horrible.
Fucking...
Still a champ.
It's a beautiful capture card.
A lot of memories recorded. Thanks, Ernie. You're the best.
You're welcome.
All right.
I think I actually gave you that when you were living in the
that's how we're starting
it.
Absolutely.
Those apartments off of what the hell is the name of that street? I can't remember. By McDonald's. I'm pretty sure I gave it to you then.
Oh, holy shit! And yeah, this card is like 6-7 years old. Wow. All right. Thanks, Hapaj, for making some quality products.
Yeah.
This podcast is not sponsored by Hapaj, but they still make good capture cards. I'll give them that. As I said before, though, this is episode 7 of the LP3, the Lan-Party Productions podcast. I'm Carlos.
We didn't even...
I was like, are we not, like, syncing this? You're just going to fucking start it?
Nah. I got this.
All right.
Here's the thing. I've been trying to sync it my old way each time, but somehow our voices end up being like... they get out of sync every time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to play it by ear. I think I'm just going to do that.
Play it by ear.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
For the last podcast, I did it, actually. I had to. That was the one where my voice broke up into like 7
Oh,
clicks.
yeah. It's like, isn't that the one you kept fucking shit up?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Asshole.
And I had to do it all by ear. I kind of had to make sure that my voice was like falling around times when I'm like, it sounds like I'm talking and you guys are quiet during that time. That's why I'm like, all right, I'm putting my voice there. Sounds right there. And it came out well. It worked.
Meanwhile, it was supposed to be like 20 minutes later.
Right? We're talking about a certain game, and then you guys just come up with a completely different topic. Yeah.
Yep.
So sorry if episode 5 sounded like shit, but this is episode 7. Like I said, I'm Carlos. We got Ernie once again. Link, welcome back.
Thank you.
Did you have fun celebrating your 25th birthday? I guess we were wrong on that.
Yeah, it was 29th birthday, but yes.
You should
I
still
did have
find
a
it
blast.
as a compliment.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, my mom still thinks I'm like fucking 17, 16.
All moms are like that.
I was about to say, isn't that like a mom thing?
That's a mom thing.
Yeah. No, actually, this year she got it right. She woke me up and said happy 29th birthday, and I was like, wow. I'm like, I didn't have to tell you that I'm not 16 anymore.
Now, is it like a mother thing? They don't want to let go of their child, or they just don't want to feel old? Could be both.
No, actually, for 100% sure, they don't want to let go of their child because I've tried moving away from this woman, and every time she follows me. So I know for a fact. I love my mom to death.
Basement or attic.
No, I would never do that. Never do that to her. I make sure she has her own bed and her own place to stay. No,
finally got my own
pretty
place.
Much.
You get into the attic and she has a full bed and everything's laid out. Oh, hey, son.
She's hiding. Now I'm gonna wake up one morning and she's gonna be making like a peanut butter jelly sandwich at like 12 o'clock at night. Like, I didn't have anything to eat. Can I borrow some food?
Freak the shit out of me.
It would be freaky as hell, but it would be really funny.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I love her to death, and I think that was probably like one of the turning points of like, damn, I'm getting old as shit.
Yeah,
getting there. Wait
slowly. Till you hit the big.
But no, it was. It was a good birthday. I mean, I went to work that morning, so I'm not complaining there. I did my normal shift since I had a morning shift. Was off about like 2, and
Okay.
then had to go to a wake for a friend of mine. His grandmother actually passed away, I think, a week and a half prior. So paid my respects, and then ended up going to a concert that my brother took me to go see, which is my favorite band, Circa Survive. So I went to go see that, and that was probably like highlight of my night since the drummer wasn't even there, and dude ran an acoustic set like he wasn't gonna cancel the show. Went out, did an acoustic set. A lot of people were upset, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was great.
As long as you were happy. That's all I care
Yeah.
about.
Then we got churros after at food truck because my brother was starving,
Nice.
and then went to the usual spot and took some shots with my bartender.
Yeah, we were all saying that you were probably celebrating your 25th birthday with a bunch of strippers.
Yeah.
Were we
For a minute.
close?
I think I was there for about an hour and a half.
Oh,
Yeah, I was there for about an hour and a half. Had a couple drinks, and then I went home because I had work the next day. So
I'm.
It's not like you had
I'm
a busy day
requesting
though.
like
So.
the whole week off for my birthday. I'm tired of working on my birthday. It just depresses me.
I couldn't do the whole day thing. Like I get tired after a while. Like I just get bored, and if I don't have plans, and then I'm just anxious to do something afterwards.
Worst case, I would just sit down and play video games. Maybe run like a birthday stream. Why not? Just just as long as I don't work, because it's like it's my birthday. It's my day. I don't want to work.
I
It's
literally
bullshit.
only had maybe about an hour and a half to myself that day. I had enough time to just come home, shower, change, get ready, go to the
Jerk it.
rest of the funeral and the wake.
Oh,
No, not even.
I'll shut up now.
had to get ready and just bounce out because I had to meet everybody for the wake and everything. And then you gotta look at it. I was off at 2. I got home at about 2:30. I got home, I changed, showered, and everything. Left my house at about 3:30. Met my mom at around 3:45, almost 4 o'clock. Stayed with my friend for the rest of the wake until about I think 6:30, and then we went to the show because the doors already opened. So we got there at about like 7.
Man,
That
at
was
least you
pretty
got
much
to
the
do
rest of
stuff
my
on
night.
your birthday. All of my friends hate me. I never do shit for my birthday. What the fuck, Ernie?
Well, I actually got lucky.
You do way more on your birthday than I ever do on mine. All right, so let's not even argue about
I actually
that.
got lucky for that day. The tickets for the show were sold out when I went to go buy them myself. I wanted to go buy them myself, and they were priced at about they were priced at about $60 to $70 to go, and there was no tickets left over when I went. My brother went the next day, which was a Wednesday, and he was like, "Hey, have you looked on Facebook?" And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "You should probably check it out." Thinking that something drastic happened, like somebody died or something crazy happened. He freaking bought the tickets. He's like, they just released another batch. He's like, I got them for $37. I was like,
Holy
sold,
shit.
dude. If that's not a sign, if that's not a sign to go, I don't know what is.
Right? Well, that's awesome.
So I was super stoked, and it was nuts. It was nuts. It was a good show. A lot of even the bands before that played the openers. I believe there was one band called what is it, Queen of Jeans, which was like an all girl guitarist band, and I think the drummer was a guy. But they were super like 70s, 60s style music.
Oh,
It was
that's
really
interesting.
nice.
All right.
They were really good. I should send you guys a link to them. And then the other one was La Dispute, which is a little bit more heavier punk, but it was still good.
Okay. Yeah, I can do the 70s thing.
yeah.
You can send me that link.
Yeah.
I'll stay away from
Yeah,
the
it was
punk,
nice.
though. I don't really want that.
You don't like punk?
It was okay.
We can keep
I
that
think
on
my
my
brother
playlist.
said that they. No, I think my brother even said like their stuff like on Spotify didn't sound as good as their live show. So I haven't really looked into them since he told me that, but I did look up I think Queen of Jeans. I'll have to remember the name for sure, but I'll send you guys a link to check it out. It's really, really good.
Nice.
Right
I'm
on.
in. And no, Carlos, I'm not a huge fan of punk. Like I can do some, And of that some, I can listen to maybe like the first minute or so of that song. I'm like, okay, skip.
That's not some. That's a sample clip.
Yeah,
Christ.
there we go.
Pretty much.
I
actually.
sample punk. That's about it.
You dabble a little and that's it. Fair enough.
That's
yeah,
funny.
dabble.
I listen to
Dabble.
everything. I'm not picky about music. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit I don't like. Yeah, like same thing with as Ernie. Like I listen to the first minute and a half of a certain song, and I'm like, well, this is a piece of shit, and change out of it. So, but I do give them all a chance. I definitely give them a chance because I'm a nice guy.
As long as you give them a chance, I mean, that's all it is. So.
Yeah, you gotta try everything once.
Oh
everything.
man, I've gotten a little bit more open-minded as I've grown older. As a kid, nah, I gave no one a chance. Like, you either had to be in this set genre, or I didn't even fucking listen to you. I didn't bother. like, nope, not gonna happen. But now, I've kind of
like the
broadened
oldies
my
and
horizons
goodies?
a bit.
Oh, Ernie,
But,
please.
and now I listen to freaking I'm listening to shit right now. I'm listening to fucking Celtic harp music while I was doing dishes. Completely random, but it's what I listen to while I'm at work because it helps me calm down so I don't punch my coworker in the face. But whatever.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, I hate him. But yeah, so I've broadened my horizons from just straight up rock and hard rock and all that.
Interesting.
I still don't listen to country though. I can't do that. That is one thing I can't.
Yeah, that's probably the one that I don't listen to too often. I maybe 5 or 6 songs I'm okay with, but then the rest I'm just I'm cool.
Yeah.
I don't need that many songs about making love to a tractor or something.
Well, that's a shitty stereotype, but I understand what you mean.
So, anyways, let's talk about what Link missed out.
God damn it!
I didn't miss much. I mean, I caught the podcast. I got the majority of it. So
just a couple of highlights that we just were talking about Sony pulling out of E3, which I think is just hilarious. We're not really missing much from E3 if that's the case, because every year they do a concert and show us 1 or 2 games. So sucks for Sony, but I don't miss you. I'm still thinking if I want to go to E3 next year or not, though. Link, are you going?
Well, I left that up to you guys. I even told Jeremy, I said, if you guys do decide to go, let me know, and I'll get my ticket. It's only about if I leave early enough, it's only about a 30 to 45 minute drive if I can beat traffic. So I'm totally down to go. We could just do the meetup early for something to, eat around there, and then kind of just head to the convention because it does get busy. When I went there, not last year, but the year before, I got there early enough where there wasn't even that much of a crowd. There was a small crowd, but it got worse after a while because you see all the You'll see all the media that goes in there right before you guys, which it's kind of like a slap in the face, but
yeah.
Other than that, it gets pretty packed, but it's fun. I had a blast. I got a bunch of free merch there and stuff, a lot from Xbox.
That's why I want to go. All the stuff you can walk out with, the swag.
Yeah, because
that's the only reason originally wants to go. He doesn't care about anything else.
Absolutely,
free shit.
I just want free shit. And sometimes they give away free games or. It's rare, but if they ever announce a new console, then immediately everyone in the crowd gets a free one. It's I want that.
Well, see, that's the thing with E3. You don't get that part.
Oh.
You don't get to see that part. That's strictly media. So when they do that, that's strictly the media stuff because they do it on the weekends. And then the next week, you get to just see everything that they've mentioned or announced. You get to try out all the games that they announced, all the stuff. You get to look at the hardware that they brought up. That's it.
So we don't get shit?
You're not part of the crowd, though. You don't get part. You're not part of the crowd.
Oh, then fuck that. I don't want E3.
You're not part of the media. That's all media right there. That's
you're
in the.
I'm mad.
But no, that's a. Who knows? We have the podcast. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll shoot us something. But eventually, as of right now, with the way I'm looking at it, it's the same way that I went in. You go in there after they do the media stuff, because I wasn't part of media. I didn't work in the gaming industry. I didn't work in the media industry or anything like that. So
Aw.
I did not get to be a part of that like unveiling. I watched it all on PC like I normally do. Saw all the highlights if I missed anything, and
Hmm.
then next week you just get the whole like experience of being there with all the panels and all that stuff. It's like a regular convention, except you have your Microsoft area, and then you have your PlayStation area, and then you have like the indies and all that stuff. And I mean, it's fun. Regardless, it's fun. It's a blast to be there. So
I've never done it. I mean, it's on the bucket list to at least go to one E3. Still haven't done it yet, so I might, because it was between E3 or RTX. That's what we were doing next year. But the problem is, RTX might be stupid expensive next year for like a VIP ticket. I
really,
think it might be up to like $700 now for a VIP ticket. Yeah.
I mean, E3 wasn't even that bad. My E3 ticket was 300 at
Oh
most
wow, I thought it was like
with
5.
taxes and everything.
Wow.
No, when I got the early bird, it was like 250, and then I think with tax it was almost 300.
Huh.
The early
So Ernie,
birds
we
are
might be doing
the
E3.
cheaper ones.
Yeah, the
'Cause,
early bird
dude,
started about 200 or so, 250. So I got it right away before.
700 is like all the stuff you get. Like you cut the lines, you get to meet a bunch of the Rooster Teeth people. It's really cool and all, but man, I don't know if I could drop $700 on a ticket. That hurts.
That's like Coachella.
Yeah. That's like I said. I'd rather spend the 700 on my 250 E3 ticket, and I got close to $500. $400 to spend. I'd rather do that.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend that.
And I
I
haven't done
mean,
it yet.
if you're looking to do like an apartments, I mean not apartments,
It's like, we're
places
not
to stay
living
there.
there.
Some of them will do. No, I know that. Like any
moving.
places to stay there, some of them will do like the package deals.
Look
Like
at
where
that,
you
Ernie.
can,
We get to stay
you
at
buy
Link's
your ticket
house.
plus rooms.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Like like I said, I mean, you guys are welcome to sleep on the floor.
I'm always sleeping on the floor.
No,
Anytime
I'm
we've
not
ever
sleeping on the
gone to a
floor. You and
convention,
I are
I'm always
cuddling.
stuck on the floor. Like,
Scoot over,
I
Link.
just
I'm laying
usually
down with
build
you.
myself like a little fort of pillows for my head, though. Like, I'll steal all their pillows. They can have one. And I'll just sleep on the floor.
Oh, there's a couple places that are around nearby me where I mean we could all just roll together, swoop you guys up, roll over, eat some breakfast. We'll like park, find a place to eat breakfast because there's places around there, and then just chill.
I mean, if
Wait
that
in
means I
line.
don't have to drive, I don't give a shit. We can roll together.
Right?
Oh, I don't mind driving it. I mean, one, you guys won't know where you guys are at. I can drive there, no problem.
2,
I'm
I
okay
hate
with that.
driving. 3, I really hate
I could
driving.
drive.
4,
Yeah, I could drive.
I think I hate driving more than I really hate driving.
You'll hate driving out here because traffic gets ridiculous.
Oh,
That's
no.
why I hate
I
driving.
mean, Austin
I hate
was
other
really
people
bad
on the
too.
road.
When we went to Austin, it's crazy.
I don't. Well, see, okay, I've heard plenty of different stories of like traffic in different areas, but every time people see traffic here, they're like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, this is a typical California day, trying to come home at like
Especially during a convention.
3.
Yeah, I already fucking
3
knew
o'clock.
that.
No,
That's what I
actually,
told Ed. I'm like,
it's
that's
not even the
super city
convention.
with a shit ton of traffic. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We were talking
Oh, yeah.
about that. And immediately Ernie's like, nope, I don't want to go. Fuck Cali. It's too crazy. And I was like, really? It's that bad?
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
It is. I mean, 100% it is. I hate going to LA just because I know the traffic.
No. See, I mean, and it's okay. I could deal with, I mean, if you don't mind driving, that'd be cool. And like I said, I might just do
Yeah, I
E3,
don't mind.
especially if the ticket's that cheap compared to 700.
yeah,
Shit.
fuck it. Cheap
Well,
ticket and a
now we'll see,
chauffeur?
'cause, I mean,
Shit, I'm
if-
in.
If Sony's now pulling out, maybe the tickets are going to drop. So we'll see.
Oh, that's true. It might go down a little
I didn't
bit.
even think about that.
Well,
yeah.
especially someone as big as Sony, too. It's a very big drop out of E3. What's this?
Yeah.
I don't
couldn't
know if
sign
I
any
can
sands.
That goes.
bitch at them too much. Like, just based off of their track record from past E3s, I really think they needed to pull out and fucking rethink their whole business
Yeah.
practice. Like,
They need to strategize. They need to figure their
because that
shit
last
out. 'Cause
one with that fucking like 10-minute performance of that random dude on whatever that little string instrument was for what was the game for? It was Sekiro, I think. Or was it
I believe so.
I can't
I
remember.
want to say that's what it
maybe.
was for.
Well, yeah, that like 10
It
minute
was either
intro.
that one or
I'm
there
just
was
like,
another one.
what is going on right now? We're just looking at this dude awkwardly playing this instrument right now. Like, what's going on? I wanna see a game instead of the weird CGI that you got going on in the background with the fucking wheat fields and shit. I mean, it's cool, it looks nice, but no, don't need it to be that long. Come on, let's move.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing though too with Sony is they didn't release anything that was multiplayer. Anything in
Nope.
that whole showcase.
Nope. It was just
It was
a bunch of
all single player platforms.
single player exclusive
Yeah.
shit, which, cool, I guess, but we need more.
I mean,
And they showed like
I'm
3
I'm a
games.
single player person, so that didn't bother me too much. It was the fact that there wasn't too much
That
around
sounds
the
so
games that
sad.
they did reveal. I was just like, okay, well, I saw maybe a couple games in there that I was pretty hyped for, but the rest of these, like, what is this? So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty nuts. I'm not gonna say like I didn't see this coming just because I mean throughout the years since even when I first went that 2 years ago, I noticed Sony was kind of like losing their grip on their presentation because
yeah,
even then when they showed the God of War, like the sound quality was crap. Like it was horrible when they first announced the God of War back then. And then in this one, they even had technical issues with the audio and all that stuff. But you can see the downgrade in what they're presenting as like big name games decline within the past 2 to 3 years.
yeah,
That's for sure. And I'm not saying they're horrible games or, they're not like AAA, 10 out of 10 games. The thing is, what they're producing isn't enough compared to Microsoft pulling out even the backwards compatibility, stuff like that. Like, that's one of the big gains I think Microsoft has over Sony. I mean, yeah, they're all digital on Sony that you could do, but being able to just pop the disc in like nothing, be able to pop it in, let it update, and it's good to go.
yeah.
I think Microsoft has a heavy hand on that in a game towards the console wars. But I'm not here to obviously pick a side or whatever. I've had both systems before. I like them both, but my preference is Microsoft because a lot of the things that they have are more group friendly or multiplayer friendly, where you can play a lot with your friends or you meet interesting people. Like, I mean, you guys too. I met you guys through Jeremy, and I met Jeremy through a stream.
Yeah.
And now we play Black Ops. We've played Destiny. We've done a lot of different stuff. But that's the thing. It's like having that open availability, and it's not all about like the I guess the aspect of these games that are being presented. Microsoft has more control over showing them than PlayStation, which is giving them more gain, even though the games are still used on both platforms.
Yeah.
And then PC as well. But the whole thing is Microsoft has a heavier game because they're the ones presenting it. Now PlayStation doesn't have anything to present. What are they supposed to do? Recycle what they used and then try to make their own thing? Like, it's not going to work that way. They're just going to say, oh, well, we kind of saw this already. So Sony needs to pull a lot more of their own games, even if they're just for the PlayStation platform, but have it as a multiplayer use or have it as a, primary presentation so that they can take control of the stage, because I think that's what they need. And them stepping back, I think will at least give them a little bit more leg room to kind of figure out, okay, they've got the new PlayStation 5 that's going to come out. They've already started talking about it, that they're going to take more time to focus on that to present for next year's. And I think the same thing with Microsoft. They got, what is it, the Scarlet? That's supposed to be the next
project,
Project Scarlet, which is the next one.
Xbox
So I mean, we're all getting ready for the next year, and I think this year with Microsoft, they might even tone it down as well to just say they might just add the minor features, the minor things here and there they've upgraded, or what's to come, but it's not like a set in stone thing. I mean, we got Mixer, and Mixer's slowly been great, growing over the years, over the months, and it's now we're on season 2. So I think with that, Microsoft is going to this year take it easy on majority of the stuff that's coming out, because we have Anthem that's hitting next what 2-3 months. We got all these other games, Red Dead Redemption that already dropped. Division 2 is coming out, so I think they're just gonna kind of play it safe now that Sony's out, and then just focus on more of the upgrades and stabilities on servers. Hopefully they do that. More studios that we've gained, things like that. So it should be interesting to see how this year will go. But I don't think it's a bad idea that Sony pulled out. I think it's something that they needed to do since last year. So we'll see what's going to happen, at least in the next year or two, and hopefully Sony can bounce back from this.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. I agree with you on that end. They definitely needed to pull out at some point because they were failing miserably with their presentations, which is hurting this type of stuff that they're allowed to show, right? Since Xbox is getting most of it now. But I don't know. I have a love for PlayStation. I've always had their system as well as Xbox when Xbox started releasing and all that. I've always had both. But it's come down to Xbox has turned into my, play with friends and multiplayer online type games. Whereas PlayStation, I've literally just turned my PlayStation into single player games. So I'm always playing things like Bloodborne or Neo, or honestly, I play a lot of anime games on there too, since Xbox doesn't really get a whole lot of those. So I play a lot of my anime
and I think
stuff
that's
on there.
something Sony does have a higher advantage of. They do have, since it being a Japanese product, I think they do have more of the leverage when it comes to games like that.
Yeah, which is what I love about it. Like, it's become my anime machine. It's fucking lovely. But yeah, PlayStation really needs to think of a different way of how they're coming at the fans and the customers and everything like that. Like,
it's officially your waifu?
Yeah, I'd call it my waifu.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
But I don't know. Like, I'm excited to learn details of the new systems. I'm also a little concerned because I particularly for Xbox, I hope they learned from when they released details on the Xbox One when they were first talking about it, because that was maybe the most lackluster system reveal I've ever seen. Like, hey, this can do everything. Watch TV, watch cable, watch sports. I'm just like, what about the games, dude? I don't give a shit about TV.
Yeah.
I don't pay for cable.
Yeah.
But you love sports.
I hope... No, I don't. But I hope they learned from that. And I imagine they probably did, just based off of their entire performance on each E3 so far. So I think they learned that people are going to this for a game console, not a cable box. So
no, I agree with that, and I think that's one of the things with the console wars. It's always been a competition to be more, more this, more that, more integration, more, putting an all-in-one system at your disposal. But I feel like we're drifting away from the main product of it is a gaming console. I'm here to play video games. I like the fact that I can watch Netflix on it, or I could use YouTube on it, but I agree with you. I don't watch TV. I don't watch I don't have cable. I'll stream everything, and if anything else, it's I pirate shit. Cool, but I don't need something that's gonna the one guide where I could watch TV or whatever, or, all these different things or different platforms. Cool, awesome, but don't drift away from the main point, or the main primary reason we have this system is to play video games.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm hoping for. Like, if they want to show off like the extra shit again, like, now it's easier to watch TV here. Like, just turn that into like secondary things, like those freaking commercials of medications where they had that dude like speaking in fast forward at the end. Just tag that on the end of their fucking performance. Like, and you can watch TV at any point in time. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right, cool, done. We got that out of the way. Let's move on to the main shit now. Like, I'd be perfectly okay with that. I can deal with that. But yeah, definitely focus
you guys,
on
I agree.
performance.
While you guys were talking, I kept thinking, like, man, isn't it too soon for a new Xbox to come out? And I looked it up real quick. The Xbox One came out November 22nd, 2013. It's been 5 years now. Which
then you got to remember we got the One X, which was not too long ago.
That was
which yes, it's an upgraded version.
I think
about 2 or so.
Let's find out. I could Google that right now. The One X release. It's not telling me. Fuck. I'll let you know.
All right. Well.
Oh, here we go. November 7th of last year. There we go. So it's only been a year.
No, there you go.
Wait, that can't be right. Oh, my
I know
God, it is. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, you can't really count that as a new console. Kind of, but not really.
It's just
that's what I'm saying.
Version.
It's not.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not considered a whole new console, but it is an upgraded version, yes. That's why I was saying we did just get the One X, but it is just an upgraded version. I mean, the same thing when we got the One S, I would say would be the only thing, obviously, that was
dumb.
When they did it, it was we got the One, then we got the One S, and the One S was probably the only one I would say is a newer version, just because of the fact that it had a faster speed. The capacity was a lot higher as far as system storage, because I think when they first released the One S, they released a limited quantity of the 2 terabyte drives. Very limited, but it was the first series release. It was 2 terabyte. And then after that is when they started pulling just the 500 and I think the 1 terabyte. So they didn't do many of them, and I actually still have my 2 terabyte hard drive one.
Nope, I have the original Xbox One X with 8 terabytes attached to it, which is stupid ridiculous, I know.
All right.
You said 1X or the 1S?
X. XXX,
okay.
like porn.
No, not like porn.
Get the perv bag out. Get the perv bag out again,
pervert
guys.
Bag? Yeah.
I have a pitch black bag somewhere around here. Hang on.
Which I completely agree with you, Ernie, on that one. Yes,
Thank you.
It is a perv bag, and it is to protect everyone else's eyes from what you're buying. Because nobody wants to walk out of a store like that and be humiliated to see, oh, well, look, he's got this, he's got this. It's like it's a full confidentiality bag. That's the trust from the customer in the store to the what's it called? The register worker.
I mean, it's just the name of it.
That's like an honored agreement right there of, hey, I got you, dude. Here's your black bag.
Enjoy your pervertedness. It's a fucking pervert bag. Don't judge me on my naming of that damn bag. It's a pervert bag.
It's like, okay, it's like the brown bag when you go buy alcohol. You know what's in there.
Yeah,
you know what's in there.
The alcoholic
bag. You can
see
3 people walking on the street. You can see one dude that just has a clear bag, like, oh, he went to like a convenience store or something. And then you'll see another with a brown bag, like, oh, alcoholic. And then another person with black bag, like, oh, pervert.
He's probably pounding a 40.
Like, that's what you can do. You can identify people based on the bags they carry.
But see, now some places actually use that black pervert bag as the confidentiality bag with people who buy alcohol. You know, if you're buying like, you know, a 3-pack tall can, they're going to give you the black bag.
I mean, that's because there's something extra in there. You know, like, just
a dildo.
Got to keep it on the down low.
You got
I don't know what you can get that's extra over at a liquor store.
Oh, there could be a lot of things.
This liquor store just so happens to sell porn, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. That store would make a lot of money, actually.
2 for 1.
There you go. Open up
2
a
for
business.
1, exactly.
As a
Kids
sex shop
while you please yourself.
Bar, yeah. Just
that's Ernie's typical Saturday night.
I think we're diverting from the real reason here.
Why is that my typical Saturday night? Yeah, occasionally I'll have a couple drinks. Doesn't mean I beat off at the same time. I'll get a little belligerent while I'm playing a video game, but
oh my god,
as far as I go.
That's funny.
Yeah, speaking of drunk Ernie, I'm keeping a count as to how many times I'm going to censor something in one of our videos. So far, 2 people are on the board. Matt's got 1 censor, and Ernie's at 2 so far. And both times was when he got drunk.
I'm curious to know what he said that day that got bleeped out.
We could tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
I could totally tell you
No,
all three
definitely.
censors. I remember them all.
I think I
the
only
one,
caught.
but I don't. quite
Yeah,
remember the
it was like a small segment in last week's, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. But last podcast, I did hear Ernie talking, and it was just a long censor, and I was just like, "What could he have possibly said?"
Yeah. Well, we'll tell you afterwards. You'll see what happened, and you'll understand why it was censored. Because drunk Ernie's a
Oh,
savage.
makes sense.
That's why.
Yeah, a little bit. My filter tends to turn off a bit too much when I have too many drinks. Like, it's usually pretty good. Like, I know the point that I need to stop just to, like, just be happy and nice and conversational and sociable and all that. But step over that line and all those things just triple in the amount, and that filter is just like, shut down. So
That's a very thin line, sir.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
We love
That's
drunk
why I
Ernie.
don't drink too often. there's an issue
Maybe
with
not
it.
when recording, because I have to edit a little extra. But I still love drunk Ernie. You're still great.
Yeah. Thank you.
That
Foul
works.
mouth bastard. But that's okay.
Take it as
So
a
yeah,
compliment. It's all
we'll
good.
tell you what I could tell you what the three censors are afterwards. Like I said, Matt's on 1, Ernie's got 2 so far. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like I said, no, I'm gonna keep count and see like
Sweet.
a year later what everyone's up to. So Link, you're well behaved. I don't think you're gonna get any.
I mean, there's never a moment where I'm drunk and recording. So.
Oh well, then you're safe. You're good.
I mean, it doesn't mean we can't try.
we can certainly
not
try.
gonna stop me.
'Cause,
Well,
I actually
we'll
almost
see.
had a couple drinks before this podcast began, but then I had
Oh,
to deal
God.
with my dishwasher and fucking. Now I'm doing.
So you're
a bunch
saying
of
your buzz is gone.
dishes.
Good.
Oh. It would take a little bit more than a couple drinks, but yeah, I would have been gone by now
Sorry,
if
Ernie,
I
we
didn't
still love you.
continue to drink, of course. But I would fucking hope so, even if I don't love you back.
Oh, all right. I gotta love you no matter what. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how this works, man.
Man,
This ain't no
I'm
two-way
always
street.
gonna
It's a
love you
highway and a bike
'cause
path.
You're always available to record. That's why you're always gonna have my love. So I appreciate it.
Well, I'll take that.
Unlike Matt and Ed, they both suck.
Yeah.
I do my best when it comes to it. It's just I know normally towards the end of the year it starts getting busy. Actually, the only reason why it's super busy for me is other than picking up the shifts, I'm currently helping my brother who he just got laid off like in October, but he's been wanting to start up his own business. So I even told him like, "Hey, I'll go half and help you out." He wants to actually get a silk screen printer and start a labeling. So we'll see how that goes.
Right on.
And I'm currently in the process of I have a couple people that I know that both work well with Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of work with that. I should still be available to do the podcast in the evening at the same time if we still keep it around like 7, 8 or 7, 8 my time, which is about 8, 9 your guys' time.
Yeah.
If we keep it around then it should be fine, but I should be back by those times to do it. If not, I know I'm going to try to keep my Friday evenings open and not try to work those just in case we need to push over to Friday.
Yeah.
Since I know you guys do the what's it called, the group ups and stuff like that, maybe I could just pop in the party chat or something.
No, it's fine. That works.
Well, that'll work with me.
Yeah, so I got that going on. So that's one thing that I have trying to figure out right now, and I'm actually going to take that opportunity as well to kind of start the labeling that I wanted to do a while back. So I have a couple ideas that have been sitting in reserves, and I told him, as long as you help me, I'll help you. So he's got like so many things that he wants to do though, and that's the problem is he can't pick just one. He wants to do like all of them at once. So he's talking about doing like a food truck and then like this other thing, and I'm like, dude, like you need to focus on one, and then we can start, pushing everything out, because the minute you do like you're going to do 5% here, 10% here. You're never going to hit 100. You got to stick with one, and then you got to get to that 100, and then let's branch out and do something else. Or at least, get to like 80, 90, and then we'll see what we can do to start up the next thing. Like,
yeah, make some
small
decent
things here and
headway
there.
at least. Like, 'cause-
Yeah, like it's gonna take us a while. I know that for sure. That's 100%. But I mean, if I could take the opportunity to even, get ahead for myself, then I'm totally gonna do it. And I think the silkscreen printer that he saw was only like, it was like an all-in-one like kit, and it was $500.
500.
Well, shit.
Like 500. You can't beat that, dude. Yeah.
The pessimist in me just
was
wants
just
to be
like-
like, what's wrong with it? Like,
No. This is a company. This company actually was starting them out. It's kind of like a travel, like not necessarily a travel size, but it's like an easy to move, like a easy maneuverable unit, all in one. And the guy that he talked to that runs the company even said, like, because he wanted to try to get like a hands-on class or whatever, because they offer classes, but they're not in LA. Like, there's nothing around here. It's in another state. So he offered him and told him, like, hey, look, here's a code. Use this. We'll double your product. Like, all the stuff that the machine uses, we'll double that, and we'll give you free shipping for it. So, I mean, you can't beat that.
you can't.
But my brother's just hesitating. He's just very hesitant on, like, well, I don't even know how to use the machine. I don't even know anything about, Illustrator or Photoshop. And I'm over here like, let me ask people that I know online. I'm going to take this opportunity to at least help myself. I've got a cousin that's really good in Photoshop. I can get the program itself pirated, but you could censor that out. I really don't care. I really don't. I mean, everybody does it.
Well, yeah,
And then I have another friend that does what's it called? Illustrator. Her forte is Illustrator. I said, do you mind just showing me the basics and then maybe see where it goes from there? So, I mean, I'm at least making headway and trying. My brother's enjoying his vacation at the moment, so.
I need to enjoy my vacation. I need a
You
vacation.
need to take a vacation to begin with, yeah.
Dude, I have a retarded amount of PTO. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But
Shit.
even so, I was thinking that I'm probably gonna text my boss tomorrow because Smash Bros is coming out very
Yes.
soon.
Yes, I know.
So
Next week.
I'm taking
I was
Friday
Next
off.
gonna
week,
fucking
I'm
text
ready.
him and be like, hey, I'm gonna take Saturday and Sunday off next week. That way I can have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just to fucking smash.
So we're gonna do a
That's all I
36-hour
want.
Well,
stream.
it'll be out. It should come out Thursday,
I mean,
technically.
I'm still off. Like, I'm off
No,
Fridays.
that I
so-
understand. I'm just saying it should still come out technically Thursday, since they've now they have that new 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, wherever
Yeah.
you guys are at.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock, but yeah, I know what you mean. But,
Mountain.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way.
I definitely want to.
No, because aren't you guys only an hour ahead of me?
Yeah, but we're in the mountain time. That's our time zone.
Oh, okay.
Mountain. Yeah. But we usually get
That's
our
lame.
games at 10 p.m. on Thursday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is 9.
Lucky.
believe.
I mean,
Doesn't make
it
a
all falls the
difference.
same.
It's the
Shut
same
up.
Let's say it all falls
Like,
the
it's the
same,
same
time, so it
time.
really doesn't matter. But
Same time.
it just sounds so early.
Same team, bro. Same team.
Yeah, but it really is the same shit. That's why it's always funny. People are like, "Yeah, we get it earlier." It's like, not really. I guess.
You know what time it is over here? It's this time right now.
Yeah,
I'm getting it right now.
exactly. So it's kind of
The
whatever.
only real difference made is the fact of whoever happens to be working the next day. Like, that's the only difference it makes.
That's true.
And
Correct.
more often than not, anyone who's fucking waiting for a game to be released usually has the fucking following day off. Like,
Yeah,
no
I'm
one's
gonna
at
make sure to
work
have
when
that
they're waiting
Friday
for
off.
something.
I might fight to have
Yeah, you
Saturday off
fucking
as well,
better.
so I can enjoy the weekend. Yeah, because I really want to run a
I
very
will do
long
my
stream
normal
with it.
shift.
I want a long stream so we can
Oh,
all
we're
just
going
hop
to.
on there and fight each other, bang each other, whatever y'all want to do. It'll be a good stream. So,
it's going.
and speaking of streams, Ernie, I know you're not into it yet, but just wanted to announce that Ed
internet.
and Matt, they've been in other videos before. Actually, Ed was in last week's podcast, right? Yeah, that was the
correct.
Yeah, that was the short one that we did. So yeah, they're both streaming on Mixer. That's the place that I'm streaming on. Link, you're streaming as well, right? On Mixer.
Eventually, I think once I get everything situated on my end. Like I said, I have all this crap coming up right now, and once I get situated and stop taking covers for people, which I'm trying to take advantage of it now since my brother's obviously needing the money.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to at least give myself leeway, like I said. But if I can stop taking these stupid days to cover people, I will definitely do it. But like I said, I will keep my Friday evenings for sure and my Thursdays free.
Okay. Good. So I'm not going to list all of our channels. There's 4 or 5 of us, but I will put it in the description for this podcast. So, those listening, if you guys are curious about where you can find us on Mixer, like I said, I'll put all the links in the description below. That way you can click on all those links, check out our channels, hit that follow button, show us some love, and we'll keep running those streams. I think Ed is streaming right now, actually. He's streaming Blackout, a game that he's all right on.
Currently, yeah.
He's okay at.
Nah, he sucks. He sucks shit. We already talked about this.
Ernie said it, not me.
I can run circles around him.
So, Ernie, you're going to hop online right now, right? And show him how to do it?
Dude, I'm already online kicking his ass.
It's been happening as I've been talking.
He's actually currently playing against him, doing stream sniping.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Since that's apparently the new thing, I mean,
which is just sad. So, those that don't know, like stream sniping, that's what people watching your stream and they can kill you type of thing. Like they know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's basically a screen sheet. That's what it is. It's back to the old days of Lan-Party.
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're watching the stream. They're watching the stream and they're trying to join in the same lobby as the streamer to go ahead and have the advantage of stream sniping them, or at least watching their stream to go ahead and kill them first.
So lame.
Which I mean, it's really petty if you think about it. It's like really dumb thing to do.
What do you get out of it?
I mean, screen cheating
was
petty and a dumb thing to do.
It's like what? But what do you gain out of that other than I killed him?
Turns him on, I guess.
He's not low. Oh yeah, he's not that good. Like I mean,
that's what he gets.
Really, what is the benefit? What is the benefit? Nothing.
That's what it is. Like he can kill you, and then he'll go to your little chat and be like, "Ha ha ha! I fucked you up, loser. You suck shit." Banged your mom.
They get an internet boner and shit. Exactly. That's it. Ernie's got it. And it always finishes with "I banged your mom" every time.
You know what? But nothing will ever be the same as, freaking Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. That was where everything was handled. That's where you talked the most crap and you played a real game.
God.
Yeah, Ed got me in a lot of trouble just by being in the same party as him.
Oh, trust me. Me too. I had a cousin who was military and would just trash talk everybody. It would escalate.
Yep.
It would escalate.
Halo and Call of Duty. Those were the 2 worst when it comes to trash talk. This is why I thank Microsoft every day for making the live party, because we don't have to hear that shit anymore. But man, back then, especially Halo 2, you remember that, Ernie? The Halo 2 days? Woo!
Yeah,
people were savage back then.
People were savage, and they were a bunch of cheaters. Fucking standbyers, modding their shit, fucking blowing me up with their stupid plasma pistol that can shoot plasma grenades.
How many little kids banged my mom? I got shot, with like soda machines. That was a mod that I got killed by once. Somebody was using a plasma pistol and it was shooting soda machines at me. That was like one of the most craziest mods I've ever seen. Yeah. Yeah, I think Matt and I were in the same game. And yeah, they were shooting soda machines at us.
Yeah, people got really crazy with those mods. Like, they could add a little bit of fun, but when it was just one dude who was modded out, then it was fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it was kind of cool that
you could pick up
their weapons and use it against them.
I think I capped out at level 25 because I couldn't get beyond that. Every time I
Nope.
did, I was immediately modded or standbyed.
The second you get to
So I
like
would
level
lose my
40,
Like, God
that's it.
damn
Yeah.
it.
You're in mod city when you get to like level 40 plus. And yeah. I mean, I didn't care. I enjoyed Halo 2 because of the, don't get me wrong, like the mods and also that sword flying glitch that you can like get on top of levels. That was a lot of fun to do, actually. I enjoyed that.
I mean, there were a lot of glitches in Halo 2 that were a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Super bounces in general were just a lot of fun. Like,
Oh yeah,
I
the
didn't
super
care
jumps.
if I was in a lobby
lobble.
and someone super jumped. Yes, a lobble. Fucking deal with it. But yeah, that was maybe the one glitch I didn't care because anyone could do it. It could be a little finicky, but anybody could do a super jump.
Yeah.
Getting
I
out of the
actually got
map, I
really
had a
good.
fucking issue with because, some of those required some very annoying platforming. But
Parkour.
overall, I could kind of deal with it because I could do most of the things to get out of the map. But yeah, no, the
We all
standbys and
got
the
really good
modding,
at it.
you can't fucking counter that without doing it yourself. And
The
I'm
modding
too lazy
standbying
to
we never
fucking do
did.
that.
It was just the super jumps that we really like to mess with.
Lies. Matt did standbying. I
Oh
know that
yeah,
because I
Matt
played with
got
Matt
a router that
doing
did that.
standbying.
Yeah, you're right. Matt was a
he was a piece of shit.
I
All
like
right, high
that. That was
five for that.
100% on sync. 100% on sync. That was great.
I mean, that's what it is.
The
Like,
verdict is
total piece
in.
of
Matt's
shit.
a
I
piece
mean,
of
I
shit,
had
I
my
guess.
fun with it. Like for a couple matches, I was like, "Oh yeah, standbying, you fucking loser." And after like the third match, I'm like, "All right, Matt, you need to stop. This is dumb."
Yeah. Jesus Christ, it is raining so hard outside right
It's
now.
raining, man. No? Okay.
I think it's just cold outside.
It's nuts.
I don't think it's actually.
No,
doing
it's
anything
nuts right now.
We just have
It
cold.
literally sounds like it's hailing.
Yeah, it's like averaging about 50 where we're at right now, which is okay.
I
It's
mean,
alright.
50 I can deal with. I can just put
Yeah.
on, my medium jacket and I can go outside and be fine. But
Medium
Yeah.
as in weight or medium as in size?
wait,
Oh, okay.
not size.
Well, we don't have anything like that here. We don't say medium jacket and think it's like a weight thing. It's more of like a size, medium.
Schmedium.
Okay. I'm guessing that's like a small.
It's
medium.
California, man.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. 100%.
If we do go to E3, I'm gonna have to freaking learn a whole nother language apparently. Like,
You might. Not gonna lie, you might.
This is gonna be bad. It's gonna be real
Yeah.
bad. I'm just gonna need
With
to
the schmedium.
stick around everybody that speaks what I speak. Like, where are you from? Colorado. Good. I can talk to you. Like, I understand this.
All right. Then,
Oh, shit.
oh, you all right? You dead?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Cool. Then we're going to get on out of here. Another, nice chill podcast. Link, welcome back to the podcast. We missed you, by the way.
I
Thank
did.
you. I miss you guys too.
Yeah.
I know you didn't. You never do.
Ernie
No,
doesn't
I don't
miss
miss
or like
people.
anyone, so don't take it personal.
No.
Except me. He loves
I will
me.
say though,
Oh, you can-
before we bounce out, we do have to pay respects to what is it, Steven Hillenburg, which is the creator of SpongeBob, who just passed not too long ago.
And Stan Lee, who passed away a couple
And
weeks
Stan
ago, too.
Lee. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not been a good month.
Well, shit. I
Nope,
don't care too
not
much
at
about
all.
the whole SpongeBob thing. Like, it sucks that he died, but I didn't like SpongeBob to begin with.
All right.
I
Well-
enjoyed the earlier seasons.
Yeah,
the earlier
I liked
beginning
The
ones.
first
Definitely.
3 or 4 seasons, they were great. Nowadays,
Yeah.
man, I've seen some of the newer
No.
SpongeBob. Fuck, I can't watch it. It's
I mean, that's what it
really
is nowadays.
annoying.
All the cartoons are just super shitty anymore.
They just
like,
get over the top
Yeah.
with the
They
jokes
did
and
new
they're
Looney
screaming
Tunes.
every
I
half
can't
a second.
watch the Looney
and-
Tunes anymore.
Oh,
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I can't either.
it's just it's too much now.
Everything
Like
is
all
so
jokes
shitty.
have to be screaming at the top of their lungs and just making the same noise for like 30 seconds straight. Because my daughter, she watches some of these cartoons, and I'm just like, what the fuck? These are the cartoons nowadays? Like, oh, you guys, you don't know what y'all missed out on back then.
Dude, like, Boomerang will forever be like my favorite channel, just because I can
Yes.
watch the old school cartoons.
There's
Like,
another one too where they show like the old school game shows, like Legend of the Hidden Temple. If you guys remember that one.
oh,
Yes.
I miss that show.
God, that
Like,
show was amazing.
fucking cool.
That was a go.
It was so good.
That was definitely one of my favorite. Yep, I
So
loved it.
fucking
I always
good.
yelled at all the people that were just retarded going into that game.
I know, and you're always
Right,
yelling at the
everything
TV.
would be like so simple. It's just like, what are you doing? Stop that! Ow.
Yep, pretty much. Turn the wheel. Turn the wheel. Have you not seen this show? Turn the wheel.
Or Guts. That was another good show. Guts.
Guts.
That
Is
sporty
that the
one.
one with the? Oh, okay. What was the one that they used to do with the arcade games?
Oh, I totally forgot what that one's called. I know which one you're.
That used to be my favorite one.
Yeah. And in the end, they have to take on the wizard, and they're playing like in front of a green screen or whatever. I remember that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was so good.
That was a good
That was
one
one of
too.
my favorite
I
ones.
forgot what it was called. But yeah, that was a good one.
I totally forgot, but yeah,
Or like I said,
that was an
Guts,
old classic.
where they different kids from different like countries played against each other. It was like an Olympics type of game. Or a type of show, I mean.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, I love Guts. That was a good one too.
I don't know if I did catch that one, but since we're talking about shows, did anybody catch the Devil May Cry coming to Netflix as a live action?
I thought it was an anime. Didn't know it was
Live action?
I thought it was an. Oh no, it is an anime. You are right. You are right.
okay.
It is
Okay.
an anime.
Like, I was
Like,
about to get a
damn.
whole lot more upset about it. Like,
Really?
Yeah, no, it is an anime. What's it called? I believe it's the same guy that did the Castlevania project.
okay. Wait. So I heard about it. The only reason why I heard about it is because Carlos tagged me in the
Yeah, boy.
post for it. I honestly, I don't know how to feel. Like, first, I'm happy that there's going to be another anime for Devil May Cry, because I love Devil May Cry. It's a freaking amazing series.
Mm-hmm.
2, I may have posted on Carlos's post as well, just saying, like, okay, well, Netflix is a little bit behind on creating an adaptation of this video game, but if they can create an anime that is on par with the previous one that was released, or better, I will be so happy for it. Because the first one was really good. I really liked it. It was just, it was simple. Like, each episode was kind of like its own little mission story and everything like that, but it all tied in at the end. But if they do it like they did Castlevania, they need to work on their pacing. They have to do it. I will freaking hate Devil May Cry anime if it is that slow. Because Devil May Cry can't be that slow. It's not meant
It's
to be that
okay,
slow.
Ernie.
Agreed. I believe you on that one. I think the only reason though that they're taking their time with Castlevania is they're trying to spread out as much of the story as they can, because they're
It's kind of
actually
ridiculous to me, though, because Castlevania has so much lore to it. You don't really need to spread it out.
But I think the only reason they're doing it is to milk it for what it's worth, because it's the
And that's
way
what worries me.
season 2 has already. Well, yeah, that's my only issue too as well, because they're going to make so many adaptations, or at least so many branch outs. Because have you seen the second season already? I mean,
I've started it.
I know I
Haven't finished it
okay,
out
so
yet.
you've started it. Okay. So you'll start noticing a lot of the stuff that's actually being added to this season if you haven't already. And I'm impressed that they're putting that much, I guess, influence on how the story's going to grow for next season, because they've already, I think, within a week of, or probably within half a month into the new season that came out, they already immediately did a renewal for season 3. Like,
Yeah.
that was already sold there, and I'm happy that they have season 3, but the amount of lore and stuff that they're putting into just this season itself, I'm really impressed with, because it's not just a story about, the main characters. It's a lot more than just that.
Yeah. I mean,
And they're actually go ahead.
I was gonna say I can appreciate what they're trying to do, but like you mentioned, like they're just trying to milk it for what it's worth now. You know,
Yeah.
I would I would say like just with Castlevania because it was still kind of a new project, right? When they were starting to do these anime adaptations, like they weren't like powerhouses behind it as they're starting to turn into.
Correct.
So it was like they were trying to test the waters a little bit with Castlevania, so maybe that also played into a bit of its super slow pacing. But
Hmm.
I'm hoping that now that they've had experience with not only Castlevania and creating adaptations from video games of that, but also just doing animes off of other mangas that have been released, I'm hoping that they've figured out where that good sweet spot is, especially for something like I said with something like Devil May Cry, because that is like a
Yeah.
high octane action game. So
And I do hope that they do keep it the high octane, fighting. I mean, even with the story to it, there was a lot of action within just the lore.
yeah,
Like it was always constant demons that he's running into, and then even in that, there's just small snippets of story dialogue to it, but it's just constant, you know, fight after, enemy encounter after fight, or chased after this person, or somebody got abducted. I mean, it was constantly like that,
yeah,
which I like you, I agree. I hope that this keeps to its, originality of this is how the game was, or at least this is how the original story was. This is how it needs to be.
yeah. Follow the original story for sure. Like if they follow the DMC story, I'm gonna be very upset. I liked DMC. It was good enough for being a Devil May Cry game by a different company, but like its story was just like this is kind of dumb. I didn't like it at
I
all.
agree. I mean, it was a prologue to it, or at least it was trying to give the prologue sense to it. I get the direction they were trying to go with it, but I agree with you. It's not. It doesn't solidify enough to, compared to 1, 2, and 3. Those
Yeah,
were really well done tied together. 4 was a nice separate adaptation using a different person that was
yeah.
involved.
It was a very interesting way to try and branch out their story, so I could appreciate that.
Correct. That I'm okay with, but I for sure I've always been a fan since 1 and 2 because I think those were probably like my favorite. 2 being probably the top one just because of the puzzles and stuff that were involved in it. They were a lot more harder, and I felt the enemies were a lot more difficult to fight compared to 1.
Yeah,
But I always liked both of those games together because they fit in so well with the story. Everything tied in perfectly. Both stories had their beginning and end and flowed perfectly. And I will always, always praise those two games.
yeah, definitely. If they want to follow those two games, great. Like I still liked 3. 3 was good. My issue with 3 is that it just kind of they did the whole freaking random like okay, let's do a time jump into the past so we can see how this shit happens. Like it's like all right, guys,
Exactly.
what's going on here? And yeah, and 4 would be a good place to worry about branching out their storyline afterwards.
Hmm.
But yeah, definitely focus on 1 and 2 and how that worked. I mean, they also have plenty of things outside of the video games that can give them information on how they want to do it. Like there's
Yeah.
fucking books for Devil May Cry that I have. They have the mangas for Devil May Cry that I have. Like they've got a lot of things that they can use to their disposal to give them a good starting point. I would
Yeah.
I would almost hope that they follow a similar structure to how like kind of like Fate does their stuff where they have like the first episode is like a special, so it's almost like an hour and a half long. That way
Hmm.
they can get past all information that maybe they want to get through and get things set up properly in that fashion. That way I'm not sitting here like watching 3 or 4 fucking episodes of just setups and fucking background knowledge that I don't really need. Like, if we can
Yeah, no, I agree.
shrink that down into either like a single special episode that, again, like an hour long, or maybe 2 episodes, and then we can start moving on,
Yeah.
then yeah, I can definitely do that. But yeah, I'm hoping that they figured out that people enjoy anime, so they don't need to continue to test the fucking waters, and that they don't try and drag out a Devil May Cry series. Because, I mean, again, Devil May Cry is super action based. Like, you can't really drag that out. It's not gonna do well at all.
Correct.
Anything, it's gonna tank it
Yeah,
harder than Castlevania.
Yeah, I agree. And I think one of the other things too is they need to stop making these miniature 30-minute, 20-minute episodes. I mean, nowadays you got regular, original Netflix originals or anything else that has like an hour long. Like give us the hour-long episode or somewhere close to that. Like if you're
Yeah.
gonna make something, my thing is if you're gonna make a season that short, give me the hour. Give me the hour. Even if, yeah, I get it. It's a snippet of I want to try to make this anime and hope that it works. If you're giving me 6 episodes, give me the hour. Like, the only time I will accept if you're giving me half hour or something like that is if you are in fact giving me like 12 to 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Then I understand. But if you're giving me only like between 4 to 8 or 4 to 10, give me the hour. Give me the hour. Even if you have to have like random fights or your own adaptations of monsters that are being added to it, cool. But give me the hour. That's the only thing that I will ask of that. Keep it straight to the story, but give me the hour if you're shortening it to like 4 to 10 episodes. That's my only concern. Because we saw how it was with the original Castlevania. Yeah, it was good, but those episodes were short. You ran through those really quick.
Yeah. The way it ended the season was just kind of like, oh, well, that's in my face. Okay, thank you. Like, nothing was resolved other than a priest died. Thank you.
I will say that the second season, for what it's worth to me, in my opinion, did make up for a lot of the stuff with the lore that they added, because that was my part to it. Yeah, it wasn't a whole bunch of fighting, but there were good enough scenes here and there where they filled my, I guess, appetite of, hey, I want to see some action, or I want to see something crazy going on. Which, when I mentioned to you those specific episodes that popped up, oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love when it you start aching it so much that they finally give it to you and it's just right there, and it's probably one of the best scenes that I've seen in the Castlevania series so far.
All right, I can dig it.
Yeah,
it'll still take me time to get there, because like, I'm
Oh,
watching
yeah.
maybe like an episode at night when it comes to Castlevania right now.
Oh, I binge watched it. I had to, just because I've always been a fan of Castlevania. It was my thing back then. From Symphony of the Night, even way back before that on the Nintendo, like the original.
Oh, God.
I've always loved Castlevania. Yeah, I've always loved it. It's always been something that I mean, I don't even know what it is. It's just I've really loved that whole idea of vampires and werewolves and demons and stuff like that. So I mean, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
But I'm crossing my fingers in hopes to see what they do with the Devil May Cry. So far, a lot of the Netflix originals that they've been doing, like Seven Deadly Sins, that one's not too bad. But they are doing a good job with these new animes coming out. There's a few here and there that are kind of wishy-washy, but other than that, I like you mentioned, I like the fact that they're adding anime to the roster a lot more.
Yeah.
Than just these, re-releasing or re-adding the original, like old school classics, which, trust me, I completely accept and I love the classics, but being able to add in new things or renew old things to be remastered to a higher definition or at least a better adaptation, I'm all for it. I love that we're getting all these new things in it.
Yeah.
And I believe the only other thing that I've seen recently, other than those that we've talked about, they just announced that there's a Blade Runner anime coming out as well.
Jesus.
Blade Runner. Oh shit.
Yeah,
That would
that's
be
the
that would actually be pretty fucking cool if they can do that right.
yeah. So, and I don't think it's I don't think that's Netflix. I believe that's Adult Swim and Crunchyroll that it's going to be released on, and I believe the title of it is called Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Urgh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that because that has piqued my interest. I like Blade Runner. Having
Yeah.
an anime of that?
That was
Oh shit. Count me
that
in.
was actually announced today, I believe. I want to say, but yeah, it's inspired by the Blade Runner 2049 that came out in 2017.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
I am heavily excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking look into that more because that's got me excited. Funny
Yep.
thing is, I literally just went through my whole like library on Crunchyroll and all my other anime sites that I'm subscribed to, and I was going through my whole list. I'm like, fuck, I have too many fucking things to watch, and I can't get around to it. And I added like 20 more on each one, so
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
that's just gonna be another thing
That's
that I have
definitely
to keep
that.
an eye out for and fucking add it. So yeah, this is
Yep.
great. I love it.
Agreed. I think I'm still watching I did finish Attack on Titan probably about a couple months back when they finally finished that for season 3, which is
Yeah.
really good. And then I started the Sword Art Online Alicization, something like that.
Yeah, it's like Alicization or whatever fucking name they have for that fucking thing. It's like,
Yeah.
where does it go? The Underworld is the name of whatever fucking world he's in or whatever. I can't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't watched it for the past, I think, 2 weeks or so, but the last one I did was kind of explaining the technology, the drive system that they have that they've now created, which is actually, if you're into the whole AI system, you might actually enjoy it because it actually goes into depth about a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed
So
Sword Art Online because they explain just enough without being too fucking overbearing about it. So I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
I love this. Thank you. I will say, the one time I was ever super, super disappointed with that anime is when they released the what was it? Gun Gale Online Alternate, I think it was what it was called.
The one with the chick, correct? The little girl?
Yeah. I was not
Correct.
happy with that because when I first saw the title of it, I was like, oh yeah, Sinon. Give me a Sinon. I was hoping for a whole fucking little season of just watching her being a badass, but nope. I got this other chick in pink clothes and hat, and she was cool, but I mean, Chino's awesome. I can't.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed about that, but that was maybe the one time where I was like, this is fucking stupid. Who is this chick? She's okay.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
So.
I agree.
All right.
All right, Carlos, I think we're done with our rant.
Yeah.
That is quite possibly the longest ending we've ever had. I think I said, it's like, all right, guys, well, we're out of here like maybe 15 minutes ago. But that's okay.
Hey, I mean, we got into a subject.
Yeah.
We got into a good subject that actually drove us a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
we hit a little bit further than the 1 hour.
That's okay.
It's come to my attention that anytime anime ends up coming up, we go a lot longer after we say goodbye.
That we
So,
do.
Yeah. No, definitely.
We'll have to have an anime
Definitely.
podcast sometime then, because turn out to be like a 3-hour podcast, but that's okay.
What's your favorite anime?
Now- We're probably going to have to do like a timer for each subject that we talk about. We're just going to
Right.
have to come in like, okay, we can only do 4 at 20 minutes. And then we have 20 minutes to say goodbye.
I
Longest
won't do
goodbye
well
ever.
with that. I'll be just constantly looking at my phone like, okay, guys, we have like 5 minutes. Shut up! Okay, we got 4. Shut
Yeah.
up! Like,
It's okay.
that's what it's going to be.
You're welcome, Internet.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So this time for sure we're out of here this time. So
Oh, yeah,
Maybe,
no,
possibly.
definitely.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining us on, this was what, episode 7?
Sure.
I believe so. I can't remember.
Yeah, episode 7.
I thought we called the last episode like 5.5.
No, I made it 6. Screw it.
Oh, okay.
The censored bag
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
It's
All right,
pervert
well,
bag, goddammit.
definitely.
The pervert bag. I didn't want to put that in the title because it might come up with a bunch of very bad results in the search bar. So, yeah.
Yep.
You're not wrong. But it would have been funny.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us on the podcast, the LP3 link. Ernie, thank you.
LP cubed.
I love you guys.
Woo!
And we will see you guys
Always.
next time. So, you all take care. Bye.
Later.
Later, internet.